Okay, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me Rehanka45, and in today's video we're going to be exploring, or rather experimenting with Ansible. And also I'm gonna provide a tutorial on how to use Ansible, and let's get with it. And before we move on to terminal, I'm gonna first explain on what is Ansible. Ansible, if you don't know, is basically a program that used to automate tasks, and there are three use cases for that. The first one being automation, where if you have a lot of servers and you need to install some kind of Apache 2 web server, if you can do that by tapping up install Apache 2 one by one, but that's a tedious task. Instead, we can just make a script on Ansible, and we just provide an inventory file, which I will explain later, don't worry, and it's going to do that automatically. The second one being minimizing server downtime. Basically, if the server needs a reinstall, you can just use a script that automatically reinstalling everything, and it's going to save a lot of time, minimizing the downtime. And the third one is scalability, where if you add another server, instead of copying the content from the last server into the new server, you can just rerun the script with the new server added. And that is the features of Ansible. And let's go to the terminal. Okay, so we are on the terminal right here, and the first thing you want to do is install the Ansible itself, which can be done via apt install Ansible, and it's going to install Ansible for us. We're gonna wait here. Okay, so we have Ansible installed, and here you can see I have two servers, one running the Ansible, which is gonna be controlling this server, and the IP is 172.17.02. So before we try to control this server, we need to make sure that we can log in as root via SSH. So we're gonna try that. SSH root 172.17.0.2, and the password is money. And as you can see, we can successfully SSH as a root user into this server. So we gotta make sure that we can SSH into this server via root user. And then what we're gonna do next is make a folder. We're gonna call it Ansible. And the first thing first, we're going to make an ansible.cfg file, which is going to be providing Ansible with a configuration file. And then we're going to add defaults. Now this what basically do is provide Ansible with the default configuration, so that we don't have to copy and paste it here. And after that, we're going to add inventory equals inventory. And what this does is basically tells Ansible that we have an inventory file named inventory. And then we're going to add host key checking equals false. Now what this does is basically bypasses the first key checking when you SSH, you know, when the fingerprinting. And after that, we're gonna save it. And what we're gonna do next is making the inventory file. Now inventory file is basically a file that contains the server address for what we're gonna control. For example, right here we have the IP address of 172.17.0.2, and we're gonna call it server, and we're gonna insert the address, which is 172.17.0.2, and then we're gonna add the Ansible user, which is the root user, and then its password, which is money. And then with the inventory done, we're gonna save it. And this is basically what we're gonna need and on every Ansible configuration. And after that, we're going to make a script to install Apache 2 server, web server. We're gonna name it install apache.yaml. And the first thing first is we're gonna add 3 slashes like this, and then the name of the script, we're gonna name it install apache. And then we're gonna add the hosts, which is our server from earlier. And then we're gonna add the tasks. And then we're gonna name it install Apache 2 package. And then we're gonna use the apps module, because this is a Debian server. It installs package via apt. And then we're gonna provide the package name, which is Apache 2. And then we're gonna add state. Now the state should be present because we're gonna install Apache 2 web server. So we're gonna type that, and we got the YAML file ready. We're gonna save it, and to run it, we're basically going to type Ansible playbook, install apache 2.yaml. Okay, so guys, if you have an error like this, we can just follow the instruction. We just need to install the SSH pass program. App install SSH pass, and that should fix the issue. Just rerun the script. Okay, so we got this error right here. So what this error tells us is basically the server, target server, doesn't have a Python installed. So we're gonna install Python first. And done. So we're gonna rerun the script. Hopefully this time it's gonna work. Okay, so it looks like it's installing the Apache 2 package right now, and we're done. So let's check it. And it is installed. So we have successfully installed Apache 2 web server. We're gonna test run it. And we're gonna test. And it's working. Okay guys, that's gonna be it for this video. If you found this tutorial helpful, consider hitting that like button and subscribe, and don't forget to support my friend over at Free Music, and see you in the next video.